First page, we're using the properties of addition and subtraction. For number 1, the first line says 15 minus 5 is equal to 10, and the second line says 10 plus 5 is equal to 15, and they want us to fill in the missing number in the third line, which says 15 minus blank is equal to 10. So they're asking us to find 15 minus what is equal to 10, and if you can use the statements from the second and first line, then that's fine, but you don't really necessarily have to use them, because you can just, if they were just to give you 15 minus 10, 15 minus what equals 10 without giving you the first and second line, then I think you might still be able to solve it. But if not, then you can use the first two lines, and we can use the first line, which is exactly the same question. So for number 1, you would put 5. And that's basically just how you're going to do it for the rest of the questions. They might not copy the exact questions like they did for number 1, but basically it's just doing addition and subtraction. The next page is on multiplication. All 2-digit by 1-digit, 1-digit by 1-digit. So let's start with number 1. 4 times 6. If you memorized it, then you could just go ahead and fill it out. But if not, multiplication is essentially adding the same number a certain number of times. So 4 times 6 is the same thing as 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. It's 4 added by itself 6 times. And this is also equal to 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So whichever way is easier for you, you could either choose the first number to add by or the second number to add by. And then for number 1, what we get is 24. Next page is on addition. It's pretty straightforward. Start with number 1, 65 plus 13. You're going to want to start with the ones place. So 5 plus 3 is 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. So number 1 is going to be 78. I'll go over number 15 as well. 415 plus 15. Start with the ones. 5 plus 5 is 10, but because 10 is a 2-digit number, we leave the ones place value down, and then we bring the tens place value up to the next number. And then we do 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 3, and then bring down the 4. So for number 15, your answer is 430. Last page is going to be on word problems. So number 1 says Sally has a total of 43 baseball cards to sell. She's able to sell 27 of the cards to Sammy. How many cards does Sally have left to sell? So she had a total of 43 cards, and she already sold 27. So how many does she have left? Then we would say 43 minus 27. And if you can't do it sideways, then you can also write it vertically. So 3 minus 7, we can't do that, so we have to borrow from the tens place. 4 becomes a 3, and then we add a 10 to the 3, so now it becomes 13. 13 minus 7, 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. So Sally has 16 cards left to sell. Number 2 says Mark has 5 pet fish in his aquarium. He buys 6 more from the pet store, but forgets to feed 3 of them, causing them to die. How many fish does he have left in his aquarium? So he starts with 5. He buys 6 more, so we add 6. He forgets to feed 3 of them, so 3 of them die, minus 3. So we first start with 5 plus 6, which is equal to 11. 11 minus 3 is equal to 8. So he has 8 fish. Number 3, Johnny shares his candy evenly with his 23 friends at school. He has a total of 46 pieces of candy. If he gives out all his candy evenly to his friends, how many does each friend get? So he's not getting any candy, but only his 23 friends. So if we were to give each of his friends one candy first, then it would be 46 minus 23. That would be equal to 23. So if each of his friends were to get one candy, then he would have 23 candies left. And then he gives another candy to each of his friends, so that's another 23 candies gone. Then that'd be equal to 0. So he gave out 2 candies to each of his friends because this represents one candy to each of his friends, and this represents another candy to each of his friends. So each friend will get 2. Number 4 says Amber has made 200 different kinds of earrings to sell on Etsy. 1/4 of the earrings are gold, half are silver, and the rest are multicolored. How many gold earrings does she have? So she has 200 different kinds, and the only information that we want is the gold earrings. And it says that 1/4 of the earrings are gold. So one way to do this is doing division. You do 200 divided by 4, and then you can't do 2 divided by 4, so we move on to the next number, 20 divided by 4, which is 5. Bring down the 0. 0 divided by 4 is 0. So you have 50 gold earrings. Okay, that's it. I went over the all the word problem questions because I thought those would be the hardest. So um, good luck with the rest of the worksheets, you guys.